folks, so in a previous video you saw me connect our Cannon Optimum downriggers to each other via Bluetooth, and we also added our Solix unit to the network via Bluetooth. Now what we're going to do is we're going to Bluetooth and pair our FishHawk electronics, specifically the X4D, to our Cannon Optimum. Now, a lot of you are probably asking, well, what is FishHawk Electronics? You guys, you need to check this out. FishHawk Electronics has figured out how to get temperature at the depth you're fishing, and we all know how critical temperature at the depth you're fishing is. Up to the unit, onto your display on Solix. You get true speed at depth, you get true depth at the ball. And this whole system, you know, it's connected. We've got a snubber here to our downrigger ball. Just above it, I run a rudder, which I clip into my for my downrigger clips. But the information that we're able to get off of this thing is just unbelievable. You only need to run one, and you can get that information on any of the units on the display, and especially on your Solix. So let's jump into pairing our FishHawk Electronics to our Cannon Optimum downriggers. All right, guys, so this is the display for FishHawk Electronics. So if you're not running Cannon Optimum downriggers, but you want to run FishHawk Electronics on your boat, you can do that. You just need to mount this display where you can see it. Because I don't need this display, I'm using the display off my Cannon Optimum. I actually have this mounted under my gunnel directly below this downrigger. Okay, so it's out of the way. So the first thing we need to do is we need to turn the unit on. Okay, so we have the unit on. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did before in going into our menu to connect our FishHawk Electronics, okay? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we did when we connected our downriggers in the previous video. We're going to hit our menu button. We want to come down to settings. Then we want to come down to Bluetooth. Now you can see right down here, pair FishHawk. I come down and we're going to pair FishHawk, okay? Make sure that FishHawk is on. Boom, it's done. It's connected. It says success. FishHawk is now connected. So let's close that. Okay, so FishHawk is paired. It says that it's on. On a little side note here, if you want to turn off the FishHawk information, you see it says on. If we press that, it says off. Turn it back on. Real simple. So let's jump up to the Solix, and I'm going to show you how to get the information from FishHawk onto the screen, as well as the information from Cannon Optimum downriggers. Okay guys, so we have connected our Optimums via Bluetooth, we've connected our FishHawk via Bluetooth, and everything is connected to the Solix unit. So let's say, for instance, we jump in here to 2D, you're asking yourself, well, how do I get that information over here in the data overlay? Well, it's pretty simple. We're going to touch on sonar, and you can do this for a chart, you can do it for any of the other displays that you have. We want to get down here to view options, the very last one, and we're going to choose data overlay. Now, we're in the data overlay. For sonar, we're going to click edit sonar, and then on a side note, this is where you can change the size. So if you want large information, you can have large, or if you want small, I think I'll just stick with the small. You can also change your position, left top, left bottom, right top, right bottom, you know, pretty simple. You can even change the color. So we're going to edit the data, okay? Now, I want my depth, I want my time, I want my speed over ground. In fact, I don't even mind having temp 1, so I'll leave that there, but I don't need UTC time, so I'm going to touch on that. The first thing you want to do is touch up here where it says readout. Turn that on. That way it's now black and you can see it. We're going to slide to the bottom, touch on Cannon, and we want our first downrigger there, okay? And we can see we have 3 feet out. We're going to back out. Now we're going to go to position, okay? We need that readout to be on. Now we're going to slide back down to Cannon, choose line out for our downrigger number 2. That's our port downrigger. And we're going to back out one more time. Go over here and select GPS course over ground. I don't need that. I'm going to turn that readout on. In Cannon, we're going to put our third downrigger there if we're running 3 downriggers. Okay. Come over here to heading. Make sure the readout is on. Slide down to Cannon again. So I've got all 3 downriggers. Now we need FishHawk. So I want to know probe depth. I definitely want to know that because my line out for my downriggers could be 76 feet. But if I'm trolling at a particular speed based on tide and current and blowback, my probe depth may say 70 feet. So that's important information to know, right? So I've got my depth on there, and then of course we can add our probe temp. It's likely that if we're going to add our probe temp, we're probably going to have to delete one because we're out of room. Okay, so we can go ahead and click on the surface temperature. I think surface temperature isn't as important as your depth temperature, right, for your probe. So the readout is on. Come to Cannon, and let's get our probe temp. So we'll back out. So this is real simple how you get that data on there. And you'll know by looking at the icons. The temp that I'm getting is at the probe. The depth down here, that's at the probe. These have the little downrigger balls. That gives me the depth at the downrigger balls. So guys, real simple to connect your downriggers, your FishHawk, connect everything to Solix, and have all that information right at your fingertips. Not to mention, you can connect FishHawk to an app on your phone. We could still connect our phone to our downriggers, connect them to our Solix units. There's a lot of connectivity availability with this setup. I hope this information has been helpful to you. If you like our videos, not only like, but please subscribe down there on the bottom right. And if you'd like to be notified when we have new videos coming out, just hit that little bell icon and you'll get a notification. Until next time, thanks for watching.